In the last video, I made some predictions about America and Americans for the next 6 months based upon the new moon in Aquarius. And this video, I am going to talk about Donald Trump in the context of all of this. However, I got to preface this by saying, and I know that this is a very divisive issue, unfortunately, but I got to say this. Before we get into his chart, let me say something very important that I left out of the last one that I can't not say to put this all into context. Here in America, we are still dealing with Saturn in Pisces, and we will for a little bit longer. It is going to shift, okay? But, we have already been dealing with a lot of karma and heaviness and restriction in that third house of communication. So if you think that you're getting the truth in media, you're wrong, okay? You're wrong, America, okay? This is some kind of chokehold that is on the information. And in Pisces, it is really Neptuned out. And there's going to be a lot of heavy karma, a lot of heavy fallout regarding lack of truth in media. Now, Neptune is in Pisces, and it's conjunct the North Node. So, it is moving into that fourth house. So, we've got some energies that are also clouding our sense of direction at this time. And we're not getting the truth about that as well. But whatever you think you know about the news or Donald Trump or politics or much anything here in the U.S., I mean, slow your roll, okay? Definitely over the last 2 years, minimum, we have been dealing with this energy of, Neptune, Saturn, in Pisces. And everybody needs to just humble themselves about what they think they know about Donald Trump, especially if your concept of who this man is through the lens of what you have been told through the media. And side note, did you see how dazed and confused these MSM people looked at his first press conference? They were like, what planet am I on? I mean, they were told that now the people that are going to be included in the press room are people with alternative media, people that have blogs, people that have podcasts. They're going to be basically given the same status as MSM. And you could see they were appalled. They were like, because there's a level of intellectual arrogance there. They're not familiar with it. So again, these people are lost. And I'm sorry to say, America, but as long as we're going through this, until I'd say for as long as Saturn is in Pisces, do not expect that you're going to be in the clear here when it comes to truth in media. And just tying this back into Trump, what is going on in his third house? We see Black Moon Lilith is starting to transit through that third house of media, information, communication. So get ready. Get ready for people to get ugly, okay? Particularly people who work in media. And I'm sorry to say, but yeah, this transit is probably going to be roughly a year and a half, okay? And so you're looking at some people that are going to be mudslinging out in the media. And so it's really important that you keep this in mind as you're trying to weigh the truth. You're trying to sort the tare from the wheat, so to speak. Understand you're dealing with some dark shadow energies that are coming out in the media. And what you're seeing is maybe, or what you're being told is maybe not the whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help them God, right? Now, I've told you guys in previous videos that this new moon is a powerhouse of new beginnings, and it is happening in Donald Trump's 6th house. So that has to do, and it's in Aquarius, right? It's about the people. And in 6th house, we're talking about everyday working class, American people. We're also talking about, blue collar workers. We're talking about the fire department people, the police officers, the military. We're talking about healthcare workers when we're looking at 6th house. And so he has a very powerful new beginning with the people in this respect. But what is opposing is in this 12th house. And right now, it's just his Pluto and Leo in the 12th house. So intense change transformation happening as his natal Pluto is not far off from that Pluto in Aquarius, okay? But incredible, powerful, transformative change to him as a leader that's going back in the 5D, the ethereal realm, and probably has a lot to do with his spiritual mission and life as a leader, as part of the ruling class, okay? My concern is that as Mars moves out of his 11th house, he's going to be dealing with some hidden enemies, and that is going to occur over the next 6 months. Mars will be moving into that hidden house, so, and it will become conjunct his natal Pluto. So my concern for him is that he could be dealing, I would still say there are warnings about him protecting his life from people wanting to unalive him, okay? Especially as it gets closer to this conjunction. That is a hot zone right there. And this would be definitely coming from ruling class elite, hidden enemies, and right now where it is, this is in the homeland, and this has to do with people on our turf, on our soil, but it might have to do with people that he considers colleagues, that he's working with in some capacity professionally, okay? So, you know, I would alert him to work through that, to be aware of that. And I am concerned about, you know, what's going on here with Neptune in his 7th house, because we've been seeing that his blind spot appears to be some of the people that he's partnering with. I mean, some of the people great, but it's just another, you know, aspect, another transit indicating you got to be careful about who you're rubbing elbows with, and who in high places is actually not your friend. They're hidden enemies lying in wait. Because look, here's your blind spot here is, you know, this Neptune in the 7th house is people that he's partnered with. And this could also be war allies that he might not see them very clearly. There could be some lies or delusion going on there in the mix. Overall, I do think that there's a lot of good stuff coming up for him. I mean, he's caught Jupiter moving over his sun, his Uranus, his North Node. Really super benefic and expansive, but the bottom line is he's got to watch his back, because there's a lot of people in high places, people right under his nose, people that are frenemies. I'm sorry, but he's got a lot of people that are not his friends, and most especially, it ain't the media.